How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Sergeant Musgrove of the Sheriff's Office.
Hi.
The reason I stopped you, you're doing like 80 miles an hour on a 45.
80?
Yeah. Can I see your license?
Yes.
131. Can you get her out?
What?
I was talking on the radio.
Oh, sorry. I was coming home from Bradenton, playing the pool tournament. That's what I did.
Okay.
But I got there at 8 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
It's been a long day and I just want to go home.
Where do you live?
Across from Home Depot on Wilmington.
Okay. Registration, insurance?
This is a rental car. I have my insurance card for my car. This is a rental car. Let me show you the key.
Go ahead.
It's Enterprise from Gettle. I work at Gettle. Right.
Okay.
So, my car is in the body shop. And Musgrove?
Yep.
Said, I've seen you. You go to Emory?
No.
No?
Yeah. Okay. You mind stepping up for me real quick?
Oh.
Just have a seat on the bumper back there for me.
On your bumper or
No,
mine?
your bumper right there. How come you're driving so fast?
I just want to go home. I'm so tired. I left at 8 in the morning. I've been playing pool since 9 until just a little while ago. I'm tired.
I mean, I'm being honest, you almost whacked the median at Pine and McCall. This is Deputy Carrero, okay? She's gonna talk to you. She's got some questions for you.
How you doing?
Great.
What's your name?
Crystal.
Crystal. Where are you coming from?
Came from Bradenton.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you doing up there?
Playing pool.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do.
You had a couple drinks?
Earlier.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How long
It's
ago?
been a long day. I've been up there since 9 o'clock this morning.
Would you be willing to perform some field sobriety tasks to make sure you're okay to drive?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. You can come up.
If I don't, then what happens?
You'd be placed under arrest.
No, so what she wants to do, she wants to make sure you're capable of driving.
I am capable of driving.
And
it's been a long...
Based upon what I see,
I've had 2 drinks today.
I just want to make sure you're okay to drive out of here, okay? So she's asking if you'd submit to a series of tasks to make sure you're okay to drive. Walking a line, touching your nose, and balancing on one foot. She wants to check your eyes. Okay.
Balancing... Are y'all going to balance on one foot?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. We will demonstrate them before you perform them.
So... Okay. Alright.
Do you mind taking the exercises or no? Will you do that to make sure you're okay to drive home?
Well, if I don't, then I'm automatically placed under arrest, correct?
I didn't say that, but
that is what you said.
I did not say that, no. I said I would have to base my judgment on whether you should drive or go to jail tonight solely upon my interaction with you, okay? Driving over 80 miles an hour in a 45, almost striking the curb at Pine and McCall.
No.
Yes, I have a video camera.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Everything's on camera.
Yep.
So, what I saw is what I saw, okay? We just want to make sure if we leave here that you're okay to drive home. Will you take the exercises, the test? Yes.
All right, you're going to step off the car. You're going to stand with your feet together like this. Keep your hands down by your sides, okay? Keep your feet together. Hands down by your sides. I'm going to check your eyes, okay? So I want you to follow the tip of my pen with your eyes and your eyes only. Do you see the tip of my pen?
Yes.
All right. Can you touch it? Can you touch the tip of my pen so I can...
Touch?
Yep. Perfect. And put your hands back down by your side. Follow with your eyes and your eyes only. Do you understand?
Yes. Bright ass light. But yeah.
Just your eyes, okay?
Yeah. It's a bright ass light, but yeah. Okay.
Just your eyes. Okay? You're staring at me. Follow the tip of my pen. Hands by your...
Good.
Keep following the tip of my pen.
How many times?
Until I tell you to stop. Just your eyes. Remember, feet together, hands by your sides.
Sorry, I have to cough.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay.
I have allergies.
Okay. Remember, feet together, hands by your side, okay?
I'm aware.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, you're not doing it.
Well, I had to cough, so.
Alright. Remember, tip of the pen. Your eyes only.
I can't look up that high.
We'll do
I'm
it to
sorry.
the best of your ability.
Okay.
Alright, we're going to move on to the walk and turn, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to use this line here. Do you see the yellow line?
Yep. Which
Alright.
one?
This one right here.
Solid. Yeah. Left. Okay.
When I tell you to begin, you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps while looking down at your feet. You're going to count out loud.
Can I have a sip of water?
After we perform these, yes. Did you understand the instructions?
9 steps forward.
Would you like me to repeat the instructions for you?
No. Stop with all the legal... Look, talk to me, okay?
I'm talking to you.
One. Right? Can I turn?
Sure.
Is that okay? Hold on. 'Cause- Please, y'all. Yeah,
Alright, we're going to move on to the next task, okay? No, you don't want to...
What is the next task?
The next one is going to be the one-leg stand.
What is the one-leg stand?
I'm going to demonstrate it for you.
Can I call my husband, please?
After these.
Why? Why can't I have someone on my side? Can I not? Am I not legally allowed someone on my side?
At the moment, we're making sure you're able to drive.
I'm not driving, so can I have someone legally on my side?
Okay. Do not go back in the vehicle.
I'm not getting in the vehicle. Hey, Siri. No, I'm not getting in the vehicle. I'm not getting in the vehicle. No. I'm not getting in the vehicle. Oh my
Put your hands behind your back.
Get your hand behind your back now.
Keep them there.
I'm not doing it. I was just asking Siri to call my husband. Oh my God. I'm not doing anything.
Alright.
Roscoe, are you serious?
Yeah.
Roscoe,
Get up.
I'm not doing anything.
Alright.
I didn't.
I knew she was gonna get stupid.
I didn't do anything.
Stop. Stop now.
It hurt. I did not resist anything.
Walk.
I didn't do anything. Oh my God. Ow. I have nothing. Oh my God. There's nothing in there. That's my boobs. Oh my God. Ow. Oh my God.
While the correctional deputies were searching for Crystal's belongings in the intake area of the jail, Deputy Yenna found a glass tube with a white powdery substance inside of her purse. 9 minutes, 47 seconds next to the tube was a plastic straw with powdery white residue. The officer read Crystal her Miranda warning prior to asking her questions, to which she denied owning the tube. Additionally, Crystal blew a .159 and .174 BAC after a 20-minute observation period. In conclusion, she was charged with possession of a controlled substance without a prescription, possession or use of drug paraphernalia, DUI under the influence of alcohol or drugs, DUI 0.15 or higher, resisting an officer without violence, and violation of probation or community control. What started as a speeding stop quickly turned into a much more serious situation, and after watching the entire interaction, I think there are important mistakes on both sides. The officer says the driver was doing around 80 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone and nearly struck the median. If that account is accurate, that's a serious reason for the officer to investigate possible impairment. And the driver herself admits that she had been drinking earlier in the day. So at that point, I understand why the officers wanted to determine whether she was actually safe to drive. The first part of this encounter was actually fairly reasonable. The officer explained why she was stopped, asked for her license and registration information, and then asked her to step out of the vehicle. The second deputy then explained that she wanted to perform field sobriety tests, and this is where I think the driver had an important decision to make. She could either cooperate and let the officers complete their investigation, or she could challenge the stop later through the proper legal process. Instead, the conversation became increasingly argumentative. She repeatedly questioned why the officers were doing the tests, whether she was legally required to participate, and whether she could call her husband. Now, asking questions isn't inherently wrong. In fact, I think people should know their rights. But there's a difference between calmly asserting your rights and turning a roadside investigation into an argument. If I were in her position, I would have stayed calm and said, "Officer, I believe I'm capable of driving, but I don't want to answer any questions beyond what I'm legally required to answer. I will remain here and follow lawful instructions." Then I would stop talking. If I believed the field sobriety testing was improper, I'd challenge that afterward. Because once emotions take over, you're no longer helping yourself. That said, I don't think the officers handled every moment perfectly either. One thing that bothered me was the communication surrounding the field sobriety tests. At one point, the driver asks whether refusing the tests automatically means she will be arrested, and the officers go back and forth about what was actually said. That's exactly the kind of confusion that can make an already tense situation worse. If I were the officer, I would make the situation extremely clear. I'd say, "I'm not asking you to admit that you're impaired. I'm investigating whether you're safe to drive based on your driving and my observations. You can make your own decision about whether to participate, but your decision may affect what I do next." Clear, professional, and no unnecessary argument. The officer also had another responsibility here: de-escalation. Once the driver became emotional and started talking about calling her husband, I would have acknowledged the request instead of immediately turning it into another confrontation. Something as simple as, "I understand you want to speak with your husband. Right now, I need you to remain outside the vehicle while we finish this investigation. Once we're done, we'll address what happens next." That could have helped keep the situation under control. But the driver also made a critical mistake. She attempted to use her phone and contact her husband through Siri while the officers were giving her instructions. The officer immediately ordered her to put her hands behind her back. From the officer's perspective, after an impairment investigation involving a vehicle, a person reaching for a phone or moving unexpectedly can create a safety concern. From the driver's perspective, she may have genuinely believed she was simply trying to call her husband. But that's exactly why you don't make sudden movements during a police encounter. If I was standing there instead of her, I would keep my hands visible and verbally ask, "Officer, may I take my phone out and call my husband?" If the answer was no, I'd put the phone away. Again, I can disagree with an officer without physically fighting the situation. And once she was being arrested, the smartest thing she could have done was stop resisting completely. Arguing that she didn't do anything wasn't going to change what was happening in that moment. The legal process exists for that. And then we get to the part of the video that changes the entire picture. According to the footage and the information provided afterward, a glass tube containing a white powdery substance was found in her purse, along with a straw containing powder residue. She was also reported to have recorded blood alcohol levels of 159 and 174 after the observation period. If those reported results are accurate, that's far beyond simply saying, "I had a couple of drinks earlier." That information makes the officer's original concern about impairment look much more significant. And this is why I think it's dangerous to judge a police encounter based only on the first few minutes. At the beginning, the driver presents herself as someone who is simply tired, frustrated, and trying to get home. But later, evidence can completely change how we understand the encounter. Now, does that mean every action by the officers was automatically perfect? No. Police officers still have a responsibility to communicate clearly, avoid unnecessary escalation, and use only the amount of force that is reasonably necessary under the circumstances. An officer should never treat a person's questions or confusion as an excuse to become unnecessarily aggressive. But the person being stopped also has responsibilities. You don't have to agree with the police. You don't have to confess. You don't have to volunteer information that could hurt you. But you should avoid sudden movements, avoid physically resisting, and follow lawful instructions while challenging questionable conduct afterward. If I were the officer, my approach would be simple. Slow everything down. Explain the reason for the investigation. Give clear instructions. Keep the tone professional. Document everything. And don't turn a disagreement into a personal confrontation. And if I were the driver, I would keep my hands visible, stop arguing, avoid reaching for my phone without permission, and let my lawyer deal with any legal dispute afterward. Because there's one lesson here that applies to almost every traffic stop. You don't have to win the argument on the side of the road. If you believe the officer is wrong, you can fight that battle later with evidence, video, witnesses, attorneys, and the court. But once you're standing in front of officers and the situation is escalating, trying to prove that you're right can make the consequences dramatically worse. In this case, what began as a speeding investigation ultimately ended with allegations involving DUI, a high BAC, drug possession, drug paraphernalia, resisting an officer, and a probation violation. So, my opinion is that both sides had opportunities to prevent this from escalating. The officers could have communicated more clearly and focused more heavily on de escalation. But the driver also had several opportunities to simply cooperate, avoid sudden movements, and address any disagreement later. And ultimately, that's the biggest lesson from this video. Stay calm, know your rights, don't physically resist, and remember that the roadside is almost never the best place to argue your entire case.